Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. And today we're in Denver, Colorado with Rachel Williamson of Dive In Digital. And Rachel, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you and very excited to learn more about you. So why don't you share with us how you got started in the marketing industry?
Yeah, I have, I feel like a very millennial story of I joined the platforms myself and I ended up becoming, I guess, very well followed on Pinterest, which I feel you don't hear much from like an influencer perspective, but I ended up having a marketing agency, what would now become like influencer marketing. It was back in like 2011, so they didn't even have that word yet, but they ended up tracking me down. They're like, actually, you can like make money off of your following on Pinterest. And that was my college job. And that led me to securing a role as a social media editor as a startup in New York City when I graduated.
Well, it's very exciting to be found that way, especially at that part of the timeline of where influential marketing has gone.
Yeah.
And Pinterest really is still a hidden gem with some of the ways that you can market on there and the audience that it gets. So it's great that you really were at the beginning part of taking full advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a really nice dovetail into having that as like my experience kind of got me noticed for the social media editor position. And so I ended up, went to New York in 2015, and that's like when Facebook launched like Facebook Live. And so there's so many new things that were happening on the platform. So it really was, I call it like kind of baptism by fire. I didn't know what I was doing, but neither did no one else. So I kind of learned with everyone as we all were introduced to like new ways of marketing.
Well, it's amazing when you get that type of education really on the fly, and not many people really get that in college. So this really was great learning experience to get you into these right types of positions to grow, and obviously then make the decision to start your own agency and really develop there. So what was the decision to get yourself really working on your own and working with your own clients?
Yeah, so I worked at a publication for about 3 to 4 years, and I hired someone. I was in charge of all the digital marketing channels, and I was hired an intern who became my direct report, who is now my co-founder. Her name's Shelby, and so we worked together for a little bit, and she went on, and I left the company we met at, and she came up to me and we had this conversation, and we both had spent, years on both sides of the relationship, both being the person providing the services and then also, being on the client side of working with these third-party agencies. And, to be honest, so there's a lot of digital marketing agencies out there, and obviously very supportive of people do the same work that I do. But, it's unfortunate that sometimes you can find people that, you just can't fully trust, or you don't get full visibility of how they're impacting your channels, or you don't quite understand the reports. And we just had this moment where, we think we can take all of this knowledge we learned at kind of like the highest level at a media company and distill it into small business, mid-sized business, just like owners, and really help people grow their business more impactfully.
Well, it's really good that you have that vision for your clients and the things that you want to make sure that they're accomplishing. Where do you see marketing evolving over the next couple of years, and what kind of mediums do you see utilizing for what your needs are for your clients?
Yeah, so one thing that I really see changing, and I've seen it shift over the past couple of years, is really looking at the relationship between like your organic strategies. So things, that you own, the non-advertising piece, and then the advertising piece. Overall, it's just, it's becoming more competitive. And I know people say that all the time, like just, oh, these channels are so saturated, but They really are. And, with changes that we've seen on Facebook and with privacy over the past couple years, it is more expensive for business owners, specifically of small business, to really utilize these advertising platforms for conversion. So that being said, it truly is going to be that investment in these like sustainable strategies. So like continuously investing in SEO, your own email marketing. Obviously, SMS is becoming huge. It's this like, you know, for people in the business, it's probably not new. For people who are outside of it, maybe it is. But the open rates on those are just unreal because you always have the phone in your hand. So I really think people are going to have to like take a breath and really decide what they want to do for the next 2 years and see that out, because these like quick wins and just the I'm trying to think of the right word, but some of the things on the platforms like Facebook, they used to be so like instant gratification. I don't think we're seeing that as more. So people are going to kind of have to buckle in and find these more sustainable long-term strategies.
Well, it's good that they'll have you as the guide as you go through this together and developing the right ideas for them. So we really thank you for joining us and really all the great things that you share with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you all for joining us as well. It's really great when we have marketers like Rachel who really have that passion for their clients and the vision for what their clients need and come up with the right concepts to implement and develop and really get the results for them. There's more information about Dive in Digital on Daily Ad Brief, so check that out. But go on, have a great rest of today, and I'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.